Hi, it's Dana here from Blows and Stewart Travel Group, and I am joined today by our lovely Susan with Transat Holidays, who is our ever perseverant, patient, and wonderful rep who constantly deals with us and all of our agents in making our lives that much more easier in these crazy, crazy times. Susan, so great to see you.
Oh, thanks everyone. And thank you, Dana, for asking me to join you guys today. I love talking about all what's new and exciting. And of course, with some of my favorite people, the Blows Stewart account.
Thanks, great. So we're so happy to hear that Transat is back now flying again. Yay! So tell us what destinations you guys are flying to over the next few months into the winter season.
So you're right, Dana, we are back in the skies. Our Transat Star is flying again, and we are very excited. After 112 days of rest, on July 23rd, 2020, we flew the skies again. So we started out a little smaller, and we're growing as the months are continuing, which is fantastic. And as you know, Dana, we just announced our winter program, right? Which I'd be happy to talk to you guys about. So we have 8 gateways from Ontario, Quebec, and Atlantic Canada, and 40 destinations in the Caribbean, Mexico, South and Central America, Europe, and Canada. So just to name a few, just a little taster out there for everybody.
Yes.
So some of our gateways, which I think is important to mention, because everyone doesn't leave from Toronto, everyone doesn't leave from Montreal. We all live all over, of course. And
all over.
If you're traveling with a group, then of course the group is going to be not leaving from the same place as well, as you know. So we have Toronto departures, Hamilton, Ontario, London, Ontario, which is great for your offices in Southwestern Ontario. Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec City, Halifax, and Moncton.
Fantastic.
So some great lineups like Colombia, Cuba, Dominican, Honduras, Jamaica, Mexico, just to put a little teaser out there for you.
Fantastic. That's amazing. I'm so happy to hear that you're still servicing some of those smaller locations, some of those smaller airports.
Yeah, it's very important to everyone for sure.
Great. So tell us about your travel care program and how you are looking after our customers when we're sending them on a Transat flight. You guys have done a fantastic job, and you've been rolling it out gradually. You always do everything with oomph and making sure all your T's are crossed. But tell us how you're looking after our customers.
Well, and that's great. And it does take a long time to perfect this type of thing. So thank you, Dana, because this is months and months of work, and we were very pleased to announce it for last month, for July, when we rolled out our program. So, of course, before you go, as much as we have a lot in place, I think it's also important that our fellow travelers have some responsibility to know that if they feel well enough to travel, if they don't feel well enough, those decisions have to be made before even going anywhere. And that's how they can work with you guys at Blows Stewart Travel to let you know if something's not going to work out, then you guys can contact us. But before your flight, we actually made it a little bit easier, so you can actually do online check-in 24 hours ahead. And if anyone needs to purchase extra baggage allowance, they can do that as well. And of course, you can just come on board and get onto the airport there. And once you get to the check-in first, you're going to, now we realize everyone doesn't just want to do online check-in. We understand that. So there is people who do want to check in. So of course, we still have those services. Everyone's going to be wearing a mask. Everyone's going to have hand sanitizer. Everything's all going to be set. During boarding is going to look a little bit different than it normally does. Of course, we're going to have our social distancing in effect. We're going to be boarding from the back to the front, so no one's passing each other. Of course, everyone's going to get a traveler care kit, which is going to consist of a mask, hand sanitizer, and hand wipes as well, every person as well. Our onboard service is also going to look a little bit different than it did in the past. Of course, we'll still have our meal service when it does apply, but a little bit differently done. Bathroom stops, of course, have to be a little bit more monitored as well. So all of our employees across the board will be wearing masks as well. And then you're going to get to awesome Punta Cana, and you want to get into the sun, you want to get to the beach as fast as possible. So our ground crew is there to meet you, our ground handler. They will have masks, hand sanitizers. We're not going to overload those buses to get you to your resort. Yes, you want to get there fast, but we got to do it safely. So we're going to spread you out, of course. If we need more buses, we need more buses. That's the way it is. But
Right.
you know, Dana, I think it's also important to mention, this is really, if anyone has ever not downloaded the Air Transat app on their smart device, now would be the time, because this is how we're going to keep in touch with our destination reps. So the
Okay.
days of the reps sitting at a hotel lobby for hours on end are over, okay? So if anyone needs to contact a local rep, they can do it right through the Air Transat app, which is fantastic, and they will get a response as soon as possible. So it's going to reach our local offices in the destination that they're at.
Okay.
And
Great
of course,
info.
coming home, they have to make sure they feel good. Again, before they leave that fantastic vacation, they have to make sure they feel good. We want to make sure everyone's in good health. And of course, again, it's up to the traveler to let everybody know if there is an issue.
Sure.
Again, coming back to the airport, we're going to reverse everything, and then they're all going to be home nice and safe.
Yay! Exactly. That sounds wonderful. No, it sounds like you are doing what needs to be done to keep everybody safe. And obviously that app, great way to keep in touch. It actually makes way more sense than a rep sitting in the lobby of a hotel. That's fantastic information. Thank you.
And Dana,
You
just
guys
to
have
add to
all,
that,
yeah,
sorry, just to add as well, if anybody wants like the full update on our traveler care program, like with every touch point, everything, they can always go to transat.com, or they can visit with you guys or contact you guys at Blow Stewart Travel, and you can assist them where to go to look at it.
perfect. Okay, great, done. Greener Flight Initiative. What are you doing? That's so interesting.
So at Air Transat, of course, we are working to reduce our carbon footprint. So we took delivery of 2 new Airbuses recently, which is amazing. And this actually helped us with this initiative. So we're using new synthetic fuel that has a carbon footprint of about 80% lower than the traditional jet fuel. So this initiative is part of our commitment to reducing our own carbon footprint while contributing to the achievements of the airline industry with the ambitious decarbonation targets that we are all trying to achieve.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Well, that's great news. And I'm sure there'll be more coming down the road on it as well as when you bring new aircraft in. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Great. So we've talked about what's the experience going to be for the traveler on board the aircraft. I've seen so many emails coming from some of my very favorite hoteliers and what things they're doing. What are you seeing? Is Transat still representing the same number of properties and hotel chains? What's going on there?
So absolutely, absolutely, and absolutely. We have, of course, our supplier friends have always been in touch with us since the whole COVID situation started. Just to name a few, if you're looking for our friends at Bahia, Barcelona, AM Resorts, that has a huge following under that brand, like like Secrets, like Now. If you're also looking for Majestic, Grand Velas, the Velas Resorts, which are fantastic. The list goes on, our friends at Melia. We have all the same supplier friends, as we like to call them in the industry. We may not have every single hotel that we carried before at this point, because we're just, restarting back up. But eventually we're going to get there. So we do have the majority. We have 360 hotels to choose from this winter. So not too bad.
Great.
And they are doing amazing initiatives themselves to make sure that they have all of their safety precautions and protocols all into place as well. So I think you'll find a lot of them are, repetitive to each other, which is great. So you don't have to worry about too much. But if anyone does want to learn about what a hotel individually is doing, you can always go to the transat.com website. You simply just pull up that hotel, like the Bahia Resort, and on the left-hand side, it'll say hotel safety protocols, and it'll list it all.
Wow, fantastic. That's great. Okay, wonderful. Good information. Europe. So many people not necessarily feeling 100% comfortable yet. Europe, one of my favorite destinations. What are your plans for the Europe program for the coming year?
And I have to say, Dana, as well, I share with you, it's one of my favorite places to travel. And I'm so excited that we still have a great Europe program. Of course, Transat, we're known for our Europe program. So, whether it's to visit friends or family, or to enjoy the Christmas markets, or you just want to flop on a beach, we do have it covered with Air Transat with a great selection of flights this winter. So we have Portugal, we have Lisbon, we have Faro. As you know, Dana, Faro will take you to the Algarve, so to that beautiful beachy area that we all know and love. And it's very popular with Canadians as well. We have France, we have Spain, and specifically Malaga. So Malaga will take you to that Torremolinos area with all the great cafes and beaches. And of course, UK. UK's always been very popular with Transat. So we have Glasgow, we have London, and we have Manchester as well. So a pretty good lineup for this winter, I'd say.
That's great. Wonderful. Wonderful. And you know, the restrictions are going to be changing. My goodness, they have changed monthly, weekly. And so, you know, as we move along through this whole pandemic, things are going to change. And people are going to be feeling comfortable about traveling. And that's our job to obviously advise our customers to let them know what are the restrictions and what will they need to do coming back into Canada or flying into that country. So lots and lots of information, right?
Lots. And that's really how great that, you know, the relationship with Transat and Blow Stewart Travel has been many, many years. As you know, you and myself, Dana, go way back, of course, our longevity at both of our companies. So this is how it's really important to have the strong relationship like we do with each other, so we can help our mutual clients out and they have, you know, they know where to go for any information.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I love what you guys have done with around your peace of mind to encourage customers to begin traveling, that you can book now, travel later, and you've given a ton of flexibility, which is amazing, to these types of bookings. Can you touch on what that peace of mind whole booking procedure is?
Sure. So we have two fantastic promotions out there right now. So I'm going to talk about the peace of mind, then I'm going to launch into our brand new promotion that just got launched as well. So peace of mind is just that. It's a peace of mind. So these are bookings that are made from August 4th to August 31st, 2020, and it is applicable to air-only reservations. So they can change their flight, their dates, or destinations up to 24 hours prior to departure, and they can cancel in exchange for a future travel credit. So our future travel credits are great because they are transferable and they have no expiry date, which is great.
Yes.
And of course, our most recent promotion, which I'm very excited about, is our Here Comes the Sun promotion. So
we
yes,
need
we
it.
have sun,
we need it.
Yes. Yes, we have sunny days here right now, but we know it will change very quickly. But this promotion just got launched, which is fantastic. So it is our early bird perks, and it gives also extra flexibility, as you were mentioning, Dana. And this is for travel for August 5th up to April 30, 2021. So a fantastic timeline. So if they book their self-package, and this is for individual bookings only, okay? So before September 11th, they will get option flex, which is a great value because they can actually change their travel dates, transfer their vacation package, or cancel their trip. They will also benefit from the price drop guarantee. It's a one-time offer where they'll have to work with you guys that if they see that their price does change at least 30 days out, up to $400 per adult, up to 2 adults, we will change it, no questions asked. Again, it's a one-time thing. And the deposit is $100, which is fantastic. And we also have relaxed our payment. So our payments now are only due 25 days prior to departure, which is a much easier and relaxed term, I think, as well.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, you're offering all of our clients such flexibility. It's just a no-brainer to book now. You know, lock in your price, make sure you're getting the property that you're wanting to go to, because goodness knows we all need a vacation.
We do.
We do. One last question that I just wanted to touch on. Obviously, thousands and thousands of future travel credits out there from cancellations for the spring. It is wonderful that no one has lost their money, that they've been able to hold on to this credit and move forward with it and rebook for the fall, the spring, next year, because there's so much flexibility around these future travel credits.
Well, and this is it, Dan, you're absolutely right. I mean, people may not be comfortable right now to travel, and it's hard to put a date line on that, right? So we didn't want to timestamp it. We wanted to make sure it was more flexible for everybody. So for everybody who was affected by our COVID, when we were all grounded in this world, the entire world had stopped. As you said, we have a future travel credit for everybody that was affected, okay? And they have anytime they want to use it. There is no expiry date and there's no transfer date. So, maybe someone is elderly, they didn't want to travel, or, they're just not feeling up to it, or whatever the story is, they don't have to. They can give it to you and I. They can give it to their neighbors. So that's the best part of all this, is essentially it doesn't have any loopholes, and it's quite straightforward. Very
Amazing.
easy to use.
Yes, amazing. Thank you to Transat for doing that, because that was a wonderful surprise to so many customers, that they just felt confident that they weren't being rushed, that they knew that there was no expiry, and that they weren't going to be out their money. So thank you to Transat for that. Thank you, Susan, for joining me today, my friend. So lovely to see you. Your smiling
It was a
face.
pleasure.
I know.
Pleasure.
Thank you for all the information. You know that Blows and Store Travel Group loves Transat, and we look forward to an amazing year ahead.
Thank you. And we really love you guys. And we really appreciate all your support over the years. Many, many, many years. We won't say how long.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a great partnership. And, we're all in this together, all of us. So thank you, everybody.
Yes. Stay well, okay?
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.